Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? My name is Rich, and I'm introducing to the world and to you guys my channel, BlissFX. And the overall reason as to why I wanted to jump into YouTube and create a channel is really more so for me and to document my growth within the Forex industry, which I strongly believe that is not talked about enough. It's an industry that has a lot of squalls, a lot of barriers, a lot of fallacies. And I hope that with Bliss, we can keep that as transparent as possible simply by taking an approach where I really don't care about having to show up in a Lamborghini to get to my destination if my destination is right here in front of this screen. And this first video, I know it's not going to be perfect. I know I might chuckle on a couple of things, but this is it, right? This is me really wanting to go rogue and basically pushing myself to my own commitment into documenting my story so that maybe, in a couple of years, I don't know when, because I feel like as long as you put in the work for something and you don't quit on it, you always get the end result at some point. It might be quicker for few, it might be slower for others, and that's just what it takes. And I know that talent is something that we all have in a general perspective, depending on what it is. I know, for example, I have a strong talent within sales. I know that why? Because I've worked previous industries where sales and the ability to sell was something that always I stood out in just naturally. But Forex is definitely something that I'm not sure if I'm that gifted with it. I'm not sure, if I'm like one of those people that will get it within a year. But at the same time, it's not really about the talent because hard work outweighs talent anytime. And it's easy to say that, but it's a lot harder to actually do that in real life. And I feel like doing the channel and wanting to jumpstart this is me not putting this off for another year and basically saying, you know what, I'm going to do this next year. No, I'm going to take action right now. I want to go through this, make sure it happens, make sure I give it my all, um, and be able to look back at this and whether it goes right or not, I know at least I tried. And when I say tried, I don't mean, oh, I posted one video. No, I'm going to come here every day and post a video every day about the markets, about what I see, about what I could give. Because overall, all I know is that throughout my life, a lot of people have invested a lot in me. And I feel like we don't realize that at some point, of course, some are more fortunate than others. And I understand that. And I have that compassion. And I understand that um, you could have done it all by yourself, and that is amazing. But at the same time, that a lot of people invest in your life, you invest in yourself. And I feel like within the forex industry, um, people get too focused, or the audience in particular. When I say people, people get too focused when I say people on what other people have, and that's just not in within the forex industry. I feel like that's when you drive down the street, um, if you're driving a car that is not as nice as the one that's next to you, people always have the tendency to look to the side and say, "Oh my God, like look at that car," or "I wish I had that," or they can't help but look, and that action in itself shows kind of sometimes the scarcity within that person and that want, and that's what I'm trying to say. Um, so I'm here. I'm gonna give it my all. I don't want to look at other people's lanes. Want to make this my own, bring my own value to you guys. And if it benefits you guys, then great. If it doesn't, I completely understand. Um, as you guys can see, I want to keep it really transparent. There is like there is where the channel is right now. There is no videos. This is the start date. It's August 21st, 2020. 5:58 p.m. We are in California. That's where we are. And within my life, I've completed my higher education. I have a degree in economics, but I know that the system that we have within society in terms of jobs and careers is really not the path that I want to go. And I was introduced to this industry by my mentor one day when I got home. And I'll never forget that day because really it's been already a year that I haven't been around actively trading and actively analyzing and studying the markets at this point. Um, and that very day, really, my life changed. I started to do something that I didn't do. I don't know how many years ago, and for some reason, it sticks with you. And it's one of those things. If you stick around, a barber shop, long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. And I feel like this is just me doing my 0 to 100, where the actual factor of speed is far less important than the actual directions. And this is me sharing the directions with you guys so that maybe someone that is coming up one day down the run can look at this and say, you know what, if he did it, I could do it too, regardless of the situation, regardless. And I just want to expose it, because I feel like it's just not exposed enough. And there's always dollar signs that are involved with it. And, value is value. And I feel like the value that you create through our system then is derived upon like whatever it is equals to money, in other words. And I mean, in all reality, money is not worth anything. It's just a fiat currency. We're talking about the dollar in specific. So I think I would much rather leave a mark because one day I'm going to be gone. I don't know when that day is. And so are you that is looking at this video. And the impact that maybe I can make throughout this journey for you could have been helpful. That actually means a lot more than the actual value of just money itself. That is actual true value. Um, it's like a phone. You know, um, if you're just trying to make a phone call, you don't need the best iPhone. You could use dial-up phone if you needed to. They do the same thing. That's just the truth. They're just a little bit different, and they have different characteristics. And people fail to realize that, and that's just the truth. Um, I will do this every day with discipline and consistency. Um, and above all, this is not really a commitment to the viewer. This is more of a commitment to myself. But at the same time that I'm committing to myself, I'm sharing that value with you guys. I feel like my life has been all about risks. Um, at the age of 14, I've decided to take risks, and I feel like I've been taking risks ever since. Um, and at the same time, I feel like at a young age, um, I understand that now. I understand this now. It took me a while to get this down. Um, that chasing money is really not the quickest way to get money, or better yet, to let's just say you want to not be in the position that you're in and you want to get to a better position. And if you're just chasing that sole factor versus chasing your passion or chasing that very thing that you love, which it could be the game, it could be your current career, it could be an art, it could be a loved one, anything like that. But I'll never forget in my first job, I was a bagger, and I was in high school. I was like a sophomore, and there was this guy when I used to get the carts from the parking lot and put it back inside the grocery store. He always used to say this to me. He's like, "Kid, don't ever forget that. Just do what you love, and if you do what you love, the money will come, right? And it's literally those small little things that we overlook and that is not talked about enough and it's not taken serious enough, um, that we just toss it aside. And after so many failures of not fitting into whatever it is that you're trying to find yourself within, because we all have a place in this world, we all have our own identities, our own characteristics, our own values, and we're always trying to find ourselves and make ourselves better. And once you really look at that and you take it serious, that's when you take action on it. And that's when things start to happen. Because chasing money alone is something that in the macro span, when I talked about the macro span, I'm talking like 6, 7, 8 years plus macro, talking above that. I feel like a 5 year run is something that you're just trying. I feel like anything greater than 10 years is enough time to really determine whether you're making a decision on it or not. Um, Again, if this is something long term, I'm not talking about walking up to somebody and asking a question, right? Or let's say it's that guy or girl you always wanted to go up to and you never did. Um, you know, those things can be done instantly. You just go there and you got to do it. You have to have the courage to go do it. And again, this is me really taking the courage to do this, regardless of how big I fail or how big I succeed. Um, because I will say something though, I'm not going to stop this, and I can fail and you guys can critique and comment and whatever it might be, but I'm going to win this. And I'm going to win this because I believe in myself and I believe that whatever thing or whatever journey I really embark myself in and I stick to it, once I start it, I got to finish it. And I already proved myself in my personal life that way, um, in a few avenues, which later I think I don't want to like throw everything into one video. So later I'll get into that slowly but surely, doing my psychological videos with you guys to help, because that's definitely one thing I will want to talk about is the psychological aspect of all of this, because it's really the 80% part of what really goes on. Um, and again, I'm not going to stop. That's really what it comes down to. And again, I've chosen my destination. My destination is going to be here. And I think last but not least, um, last but not least, I do want to leave this open as a for you guys to comment on future videos, and I'll kind of repeat this until like there's a certain amount of viewing, obviously within the actual channel. But if you guys want breakdowns in English and in Portuguese, I'm fluent in Portuguese, so I also wanted to create the value, since I have the value and the capability of speaking two languages fluently. I think that's something that's very differentiated. I know this industry in specific is something worldwide, um, and again, there's not enough people helping. And I want to give a quick shout out to, since this is the very first video, really to a couple of people that have impacted my life, within this own journey. And now here I am starting my own journey with this with you guys, actually exposing it, and keeping my lights on, because nothing that is really worth it comes easy. It's always hard. So you just gotta put your head down, keep working, and believe in yourself and see that vision for yourself, regardless of what fucking basement you're in, what fucking room you're in, what household you're in, if you're wherever you are. You just gotta take that leap of faith and go for it. So I want to give a quick shout out to Q Banks. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Raul. I think Lambo Raul that he goes by, on Instagram or on YouTube. Um, King Sean Wee. I'm not from Astro as well. Um, Russ. Uh, Russ is a person I really look up to, because before he got into the whole rap game, it took 10 years for him to get that down, and it took 10 years of failure, um, until he came with a phenomenal blow throughout the game. and really expose things. And last but not least, I really wanted to thank my mentor, Six, for always being there for me in my hardest moments on a day to day basis. Because this industry in itself can be very tarnishing. A lot of people do go through really, really, really rough times, regardless of what level they are in the game, whether they're starting an account with $50, with $100, with $1 million, with $500,000. It doesn't matter the dollar amount. The psychological aspect is there, and it really isn't not for a lot of people. And that's probably the biggest challenge versus actually mastering the charts. So if you have that one person that is going to be there next to you throughout this challenge, and if you don't, that's okay because then you have yourself, and that's still okay. But um, you always somehow end up impacting that other person because you're going through stuff, and that energy is going to be diverted somewhere. And a lot of times, we can't divert the energy to the correct places, so it could affect them. So again, I really want to thank Six for believing in me, for keeping me motivated, for keeping the hype up, regardless of the fact. Um, and yeah, well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Just comment because I'll respond back. I really don't want to leave any comments unresponded, whether you leave literally like a happy face, a sad face. Um, Let me know on something that I can improve. And again, that's just the start. Welcome, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.